Hello everyone, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm. Alrighty, so I do videos twice a week, once or twice a week, every Monday and or Friday. And in today's video, I am going to be doing a video entitled I've Hit 30 Books. And yeah, I cannot believe I've hit 30 books. Way more than my amount that I was originally setting out to actually get to. So several of them are manga, which does count as books because if it's recorded by Goodreads, it is a book. Now, people want to debate that, but you know, my advice to people is if you don't like it, get a hold of them. So just like my other videos, I am going to be talking about each book that I read. Alright, so let me get my glasses that I don't like wearing. Alright, so the first one is the... okay. Alright. Okay, so if I repeat this one, I'm sorry about it. So it says here, the sixth volume of it is Does It Count If You Lose Your Virginity to an Android? This is a form of manga that deals with basically with girls, and and I will tell you, when you are reading something that you know if certain people in the government would love to make sure that you could not read, it kind of feels a little bit like sticking it to the government and say, hey, this is my First Amendment right to read whatever I want to read. I actually read this on my Barnes & Noble Nook, and what's really weird about Barnes & Noble and Amazon is sometimes titles on Amazon are not on Barnes & Noble, and sometimes titles on Barnes & Noble are not on Amazon. I don't know if they just try to compete with each other for how many titles they don't have on their platform. I don't know. But this woman is absolutely terrified for anyone to know that her partner is a android. Because as I said in previous video, including this manga, it is illegal to own one. Unless you're a cafe, then you can actually have one. But they're programmed very, very different. And then, of course, Mother, which I'm going to be honest, that is a creepy title for a character, Mother. Kind of reminds me of Norman Bates. And she kind of is psychotic. And I'm like, oh, this is like Norman Bates. Oh, no. But the pencil work is amazing. I really happen to like the pencil work. I like the illustrations. They have more talent than I will ever have in my lifetime. But the new issue comes out in September, so I will be revisiting that world in September. So, yeah. I also read another one, but I'm not going to tell you what that one is until, like, never. I didn't include in my Goodreads. I don't really feel like I have to include every Barnes & Noble book that I read. So, yeah. Alright, the next one is Joe Hill's 20th Century Ghosts. I did a pretty scathing review of that book. I flat out didn't like it. Unlike the previous one that I gave 5 stars to, this one got 1, and I'm very proud of my 1. I am very proud of my 1. My goal this year is to be more authentic when it comes to my ratings. So I used to give most things a 5, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really help the author's rating system. So I said to myself, if I honestly did not like the book, I honestly did not like the book. 20th Century Ghost by Joe Hill was a complete waste of time. And I will still say the only reason that he has a contract is because his father is Stephen King. That's the only reason. I do make a point to say I will try one more of his books, but if I get to a certain point in it, I will DNF it and I will not tell you guys the title of the book. Because unlike some people, I do not give a review of a book I have not fully finished. Alright. Then moving on to Attack on Titan Volume 1. Okay, so this is the first manga that I read on my Kindle Colorsoft. And Attack on Titan Volume 1 is about this walled city filled with people, and they are always constantly on alert with the appearance of these titans, which are these very tall creatures. Nobody knows who they are, nobody knows where they come from, nobody knows the origins of the titans at this point. I really liked Attack on Titan. I actually acquired Attack on Titan for my own personal collection. I will be getting the physical edition of whatever volumes of the book that I read, but I'm going to actually double check to see if Barnes & Noble has it in the store. If they do, I'm going to go over there and pick it up. Attack on Titan is literally, the first volume literally gives you the feeling that everybody is just surviving in this world, and that humanity is on the brink of extinction. And here's something I just kind of want to know. If they eat all the people, how are they going to eat? I just want to know. They are butt naked, because obviously nobody makes clothes that big for them. But they have no genitalia, nothing that indicates that they are male or female. Some Titans still have their hair, but I do think that it goes away. I'm going to say this. I liked this volume so much that I will be picking up the second volume at some point. I just want to read the volumes I already have, and then I will get back and I will pick up another volume. That definitely earned a 5-star on Goodreads. Alright. Then we have The Nightshade God by Hannah F. Whitten. This is the final book in the trilogy, and it is a battle between the people that these, especially Apollon inhabits, and the people that are trying to defeat him. I overall enjoyed this book a lot. I really liked the battle between these, between like their hosts and all that. And it just feels like it was a very satisfying ending to the trilogy, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Okay, that one got 5 stars because it earned it. Great storytelling, great pacing, great characters, and there's more conflict and more of the stuff I like in a fantasy with a romance subplot. The romance does not dominate the story at all. It is the struggle that these two people are going through with these this power that comes from the font. And even the font is happy that it's all over. The font's very happy it's over. Alright, he can move on with his life. Alright, then we have Flying Witch Volume 1. I cannot pronounce the name of the author. Alright, as I said, no, I didn't say it on this channel. On my comic book channel, I did a review of Flying Witch Volume 1. And so, for people that do not subscribe to my comic book channel, Flying Witch is about this girl, cannot pronounce the name because it's Japanese, and she's a witch, and she returns home, and she reconnects with people. And during this time, she's learning what she needs to be a witch. And we do encounter a witch that does, in fact, rely solely on her magic. Our main character does not. She relies more on like down-to-earth methods, which like she's growing a garden, or she's trying to capture this pheasant, or and then we're introduced to the harbinger of spring. This creature brings spring into the world, and I thought that he was a very interesting character. I also it is true that witches have cats. They have cats, and she can communicate with the cat, and the cat communicate with her, but not people can't do that. We also find out that witchcraft is a dying art. There's girls that are deciding not to become witches, and everything. So I don't really know how many volumes are in this series, but I do intend to get them all. I did purchase the first volume of Flying Witch. I will be picking up the second volume, just like with Attack on Titan, at some point, maybe later on this month or maybe next month, depending on where we are at the month when I get back around to it. Alright, and the final one is Sinister Sprinkles by Jessica Beck. This represents the 30th book in my goal for the year of reading 30 books. And I did a review of it previously, so I'm not going to go over with it. I gave that book also 5 stars because it kept my attention, and I really did in fact enjoy it. Alright, so those are the books from Does It Count If I Lose My Virginity to an Android, all the way to Sinister Sprinkles. I had a lot of fun reading these books. I took my time reading them because people, they honestly, I don't know. I don't know what people honestly want or honestly believe. But for me, as somebody whose determination is to read slower, I think I did pretty well for myself. For me, when I hit 70% of a book read, I generally will go ahead and finish the book that same day. And especially if you don't have to be at work until much later. Anyways, so I'm jumping it up to 35 books. And once again, I will do this every time I do one of these videos. If you guys are jealous or upset that I've read as many books as I had in such a short period of time, please do not be jealous. Please do not be upset. I just have a very different schedule than a lot of people do. I don't have children. And don't think I'm against children. I love children, if they're not screaming at the top of their lungs on an airplane. But you know, it's like I make time. And it's also because I'm not on this all the time. So yeah, if you do stay off your phones, you can read a couple of chapters a day, which is, yeah. Anyway, so I am currently reading, I'm currently still going through Death by Eggnog right here. I am almost halfway through this book. I'm reading like 2 chapters a day, and then I'm reading like 1 chapter a day of 12 Months by Jim Butcher. And I just added I just transferred a horror book to my books of the month. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.